done, so I wanted to make sure that it looked okay.
You look great. I'm going to wait till there's at least 20 people in here before I tell them how gorgeous you are.
You're so sweet. Oh, honey.
No, sweetie.
That's from Julia Zelg, y'all. That's so bad. We need to start being... Have y'all started watching that yet? Julia Zelg. She is in an age gap relationship with someone named Eileen. And they make...
Not Eileen Warnos.
Yeah. They make vlogs together and things like that. But they kind of seem a little bit fake. Well, at least she is.
They came out of the woodwork like this, you know, the couple of the century they thought they were, you know.
Now it's not working so well.
It seems like Eileen, she's the older one, is a little bit irritated with the younger one's banter.
So
that's right, Let It Go. Let It Go says, back that ass up. They
got together very quickly, and fast and furious, Julia proposed and they were married. Now she wants a baby, but Eileen, who is the older one, is like, bitch, I ain't talking about having no babies.
She doesn't want to have a baby.
And so that's a point of contention for the two of them. But it would fall in line with, if Julia is indeed a narcissist, she has to keep obtaining that next. Yeah, you want me to take that down?
No. I want to put my arm around you, but...
I don't work at... Every day we say we're going to fix it, and I could zip tie it to that. But anyways...
I write the book. Every day I write the book.
I'm about to fix it. I don't know why this chat isn't rolling.
Well,
it doesn't matter. I know. I'm trying to figure that out. Well, we're not even that early. Let's see who else is... Who might be live that...
I'm going to, like, just cross my arms over my...
You're going to just do that? I don't know. I have no idea who it could be. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, today was Sean's... Well, no, Sean went back to work. But it was kind of like a less of a full day because it's Sunday.
Hey, Michaela.
So when he got home at 3, because it's getting darker earlier, it seemed later. And so, but we were out there doing the chicken coop. Hey, Brie Michelle.
Hey.
And they were happy about that. They wanted their heater back on, so we turned our heater back on. But we confiscated a few eggs for the incubator.
Yeah. Did we tell them
I can show them.
Yeah?
Well, it's not in there yet, is it?
They're not, but we can show them the incubator. Let's show them.
Let me show them.
Come on. Okay. You guys want to see our incubator? Come on.
Hey.
Follow us.
You want to see it? Let's go. Let me take it off this. Hold on, you guys. I got to get it off this it's a little tripod thing.
It just went down.
So we're going to go look at it. Hold on. Here it is.
This is it.
So what it's made of is styrofoam with a little internal temperature thing. I hope I'm not covering it. And then
hey, Moxie. We're showing off our incubator.
Then it has like an internal... That's pretty warm in here.
I know.
Anyway, so I'll show you our eggs. But this, they have a component that will turn them, but it's not necessary.
Let me see that.
Or maybe we need to turn them ourselves. I don't know.
That is the temperature. I don't know if you guys can see it, but...
Anybody who's had any experience with this incubator, please let us know. So, then we'll go show you the eggs.
Okay.
We'll show y'all the eggs. Hold on. The eggs are the most exciting part. Hold on.
I know, Moxie, right? She said so much to learn.
I know. That's how we feel about it. You know, and you don't want to, you don't want to do it wrong because you have, you know, you just don't want to do it wrong. It's one thing to eat the eggs. It's another thing to try to hatch them, and then you can't use them for food.
That's right. 99.5 is where, you know, they want it to be.
Constantly. Hold on, guys. Got to readjust.
Yeah, and it's supposed to come on when it goes lower.
Got it. So look at our babies. Here, let me move this down.
This is a silky egg. Lift it up there.
Oh, there we go.
Regular egg, silky egg. So you see the three little silky eggs are here, and then the bigger eggs are there. We're gonna put in 7.
I kind of seem to think that the ones that are a little darker than the other ones, it could either be a different, you know, obviously hen, but it could also be fertilized if the candling thing holds true.
Yeah.
Then you would want it to see. Isn't that cute? It almost looks like Easter. So here we go. It was funny because after we took the eggs and he was still cleaning the chicken coop, they all came and gathered around and looked at their nesting boxes, and they were like, you could tell that they were all talking amongst themselves, like, who in the world took the eggs? Did anybody see the eggs go? And it was really funny. So we're like, we're new to this, but we want it to work, you guys. Thank you. Hey, Aziz. Michaela, hello, let it go. Moxie, hello. I sent Moxie my little unlisted video of if I were opening the adult store, the fixtures and the techniques that I would use. I'm not going to release it. It was just like kind of like food for thought or whatever. She said she was impressed with it. I let Karen and Loretta see it too.
If I was to open the store, it would have been a sports memorabilia store.
And then if someone said I want a dildo, you're like,
I'd be like,
go online for that.
Go across the street.
Thank you. That was my purpose was like, first of all, I would want, it would be borderline, no, it would be antiseptic smell when you walk in. And I'm not, almost like a doctor's office or a dental office, maybe not quite that strong, but you know, some more similar. And I would have clear acrylic for all the little tables and the stands or whatever, because to me, that speaks for this product. They're maybe more expensive, but look how we're caring for them. You you can see all directions. It's just a thing.
And one thing that I, with Amazon, with like eBay, because I do a lot of like my sports stuff on eBay and all that, you're paying for it when you do a storefront. Like if I go to Walmart or to a local card shop to get cards, to get my baseball cards and stuff, you're paying for the instant gratification of having it.
Exactly.
You can get almost anything, cars, whatever, online. You can order it and get it and save some money and get specifically what you want, but you have to wait.
Right.
Storefronts are for instant gratification, even groceries.
Right.
You go and you can look at it, you can pick out exactly what you want, because you can order groceries online now. So you gotta look good.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
Look good.
And I picked up an egg not knowing it was bad. Oh my God, my boyfriend had to take care of it because I was puking in the bathroom sink. Test, put it in sink, lays glad or you're good, stands up, eat quick, no floating.
Oh,
right.
We could have tried that. When I was reading the directions about...
We get more advice.
Yep. So I'm taking a bath after work, and I'm trying to learn about the incubator and this and that. And they talk about some of the eggs will explode. They're not supposed to, but because once you shut the eggs in there,
you're not supposed to open
it. And of course, if you want to, you can.
Can I show the math we're supposed to follow?
Oh yeah.
Let me get the
now you can open it. They just don't want you to.
Oh my gosh, but this is hilarious.
I guess if one of the eggs is rotten and it explodes or it goes bad, like you're saying, you'd want to get in there and clean it up.
Yeah.
So
I cannot believe someone came up with these directions. Hold on.
I figured, like when you're reading the directions and all that, you can learn, but there's got to be a YouTube video about incubators, right? Just like how I learned to give the medicine to the chickens that are sick is you just watch it on YouTube. There's always going to be something. Because the paperwork they sent, Mandy's getting it right now. Look at this thing.
I was
It's in 3 different languages too.
Yeah. Okay. So, what we end up, let me fold it like this. What we end up getting down to
Hey, Aziz, his father's in Morocco. Yeah, an
are
olive
these
farm. That's cool.
directions. I'm gonna hold it so y'all can kind of look at it. So it has, you know, blah 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 blah. Then you get down to this. I'm waiting for it to there we go. You get down to that, right? Trying to figure out what the heck it's even talking about. But then when you get down to here, guys, you're doing flat out math. Look, we're like sum of all the temperatures. We've got some dividing going on. We've got right?
Hey, Lisa.
Look.
They
I don't
really
even know
can't-
what half they can't see it.
Now, can you see it now? Yeah.
Now it should be able to see. We're gonna need someone who's good at guys. It's anyway.
I know.
They
were
have
like
you
right before you took it down. It's like now we can, but I think it's a delay
It might
on
be a
here
little
anyway.
delay, but yeah. So look at this. I don't know. I won't do it anyway. You end up having to divide. You end up having to sum total. I know what sum is. It's adding together, but you have to add together some combination of I gave it to Sean. I was like, Sean, this is all you.
Moxie's got an olive. So Aziz, who's in the chat, said in Morocco, his father has an olive farm.
Oh, how
Moxie
neat.
also has an olive tree in her. So
Oh,
they
that's
got the,
awesome.
It is. It's pretty good.
Is it like, I know this is a silly question, but like green olives usually?
I think so.
Black olives are, I don't know.
Explain the difference between black olives and green olives.
I think those green olives, have you ever had one of those green olives pickled, stuffed with like a garlic clove?
All olives start green, Moxie says.
Well, there you go.
There it is. Aziz says it's cool. You love animals. The last video with the deer. Yeah, I mean,
We need to
I
put
didn't
some
plan
more
on the deer. That wasn't part of the farm plan that we had. It was mostly just going to be chickens, but they're here and they come out. So if you remember about three or 4 months ago, a deer came out, and the deer was like, what happens when they don't, we ended up putting the food bowl out where it is in a salt lick. They used to come up and eat the chicken's food. So like in the morning, I'd go out to feed the chickens and I can see where there'd been scratching everywhere, and they're eating the scratch grain and stuff like that. So Mandi said, we either got to figure out a way to shoo them off or we have to feed them.
Sean was like, well, then we feed them.
When we feed them, then we go to Tractor Supply, and I think the most we've had at one time is 8. I haven't seen the little males around, but
And when they get pissed off, it sounds like a gunfire.
well, when there's 8 of them there's like, I think it's 3 different groups that come up, and there's one that if you watch the video, that one follows me all over the yard. There's one in particular, but so when all 8 are together, that's 3 different groups. They will fight out there in the front yard for the food and all that. So I got to put a lot out when they're out there because they'll start beating each other up.
You know how we don't have a fence, but you know how we were super, super stressed about the neighbor that they were going over into their yard and whatever.
Good, yes.
Today he was getting out of his car and he was like, "Hey," and I said, "Oh, I didn't," because someone
like an Uber, wasn't it? That
something
dropped
like
him
that,
off?
So, and dropped him off one driveway too long. He said, "Oh, that's okay," or whatever, and then I go, "Oh, hey, I didn't recognize the car," and he said,
So basically, he got out of the Uber like in our driveway instead of his. Yeah.
He said, "I've been enjoying the chickens coming over," and I was like, "Ugh," and I was like, "I'm sorry, we tried to keep," because no. I had chickens growing up, and we live in a rural area. I enjoy the chickens. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. That's such a weight off.
At least twice a week, I've got to go, like on the way to work, I've got to go into the into his yard and herd the chickens back. But he said he doesn't mind them being over there, so that's cool.
Kelly girl's talking about a boyfriend that had reptiles. She's funny. Channeling her inner Brittany but he had to keep it at a certain temperature.
Oh, for the reptiles.
Yeah, I guess she's about that yellow anaconda or whatever she did. Isn't that what she did?
Was
Britney Spears did?
Oh, yeah, it was. It was an albino anaconda.
Something like that. No, but we've heard of the Deer Whisperer. We are going to have to watch it.
I do watch it. He's probably got about...
Oh, you watch it?
600,000 followers. It's Instagram. This is where I've seen him, is on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And his yard, big male deer too, and stuff like that.
Oh, look, be careful with your deer around your pets. Someone I know had a buck attack their dog. Yeah. He almost died. Oh.
Yeah, last November when the buck came, I told Mandi to keep Sawyer in. They're not very fond of Sawyer. Sawyer will be out there running around, and they do stamp
the deer
towards
whisperer.
him.
They said you're the Deer Whisperer.
Man, not yet. When you guys see the Deer Whisperer, just go to Instagram, type in Deer Whisperer, and watch. He's something else.
The one that lets me touch him is Tiny. Tiny.
That's a chicken, though.
No, why not? I mean, of the things that allow, Tiny will let me touch him.
Yeah. Not
for very long, but just long enough that I can feel him, and then he doesn't let you pet him, does he?
Not. I haven't really tried though, but I can pick up the silkies and I can get Red if I have to. Pick up Red.
Moxie says he's a muscle guy, very handsome, lives in a mansion. He's a man's man. I know what that means. It means a rough and tumble man's man, but where did that come from?
A man's man?
Yeah, does it mean like...
Is that like the alpha male or whatever?
I guess, because it almost seems like it would infer the opposite.
Maybe. But what I've noticed, like, when I look at the Deer Whisperer, I try to, like, look at the background. They, like, come straight into his garage or onto his back porch. But in his the front yard is kind of built on a hill. And you can see it's a pretty busy street out front.
Wow.
It's not like he's off in the boondocks or anything.
John Wayne kind of guy. Makes sense.
Maybe
Makes sense.
What's that colonel's name?
Not metrosexual, Mandi. That's why it was like I got confused when I first heard the name. What'd you say? I'm sorry, baby.
What colonel that you liked?
Colonel Oliver North.
An Oliver North type of guy.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic. Like I was like, as far as celebrity crushes goes, I was like, no movie stars. Like, oh, but Oliver North, and then I was like, you look a lot like Oliver North.
So we have 30 people in the chat. I said I was going to wait. She looks gorgeous tonight. Does she not? She does.
Thank you. I'm trying these new magnetic lashes, just the kind that kind of flare on the side. So you have to put it you put it towards the end, and then it gives it that kind of fawn. Like a fawn flip. Like a deer, like a fawn. We've got to do something with that thing.
I know.
But thank you. I appreciate it. I don't even know. Let me tell you, from my mouth to God's ears, there are so many people going to court over so many different things. I can't keep it straight. I was trying to explain it to Sean. I can't explain it because I don't know who's going where, what county. But Sean's like, the best thing is I don't have to... by attorney.
I'm not in court. I'm starting to think, and how
funny, Michaela. He came right over here the second you started talking again. Sawyer Brown came over. This is his baby.
Do you guys get the sense about this whole court thing? Like maybe both sides are trying to psych each other out. I don't
think so.
I don't know. But
I think it will be interesting. There's just so many dates at play. Look right here. When Michaela was talking in the chat, Sawyer came over here. Look at him.
What are you doing? This is
his baby.
Toy. This is a little toy right here.
And he will carry it around like a baby. You can see someone thinking it's just trying to keep up with whose attorney is in what county, and I think I know by this time when we were in the situation with the beast, she was ready to throw in the towel. And Sean was like, no, no, no. Remember? No. You're like, we're coming.
Yep.
We're on our way. We paid for an attorney and a plane ticket. We are on our way.
I think in a situation like this, if you pay an attorney,
hey, trash panda,
you may not have to go. I mean, if you have a good enough attorney, you don't have to go to these type of things. And I'm not 100% on that, but you usually get what you pay for. So
it absolutely does.
Truth matters. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's right, Moxie. That's going to be, it's like, I've been in a couple of these and, I don't want to get too much into our friends' business and all that, but something has got to be proven here. And I don't know enough about it. I just think that, because if it's like all the other ones we've seen, it's just internet catfighting. And then they normally throw that stuff out. Just saying.
And if it's Judge Wells presiding again, he is sick of this bullshit. He may grant it just for general. I gotta get something to drink. He may grant it just for to be done with it. But then you have to enforce it. That's
so Mandi and I have been in that courtroom for similar things, and the judge, this judge that sits in this particular case, if it is the same one.
It is.
Mandi says she looked at the doc and it does look like it is him.
Yes.
I knew him, not personally like beer drinking buddy or anything, but I knew him when he was an attorney, and so he knows all the attorneys, and he knows the people that are systemically in the court system.
I like this one.
When Mandi and I had to go to court, if y'all remember that, it was the first time that I had seen the Judge Wells, as a judge. I did not know, and he had become
his
a judge.
First week, right?
Yeah, it was. They said he became.
Hey, Pebs.
He took the what do you call it? When you become a judge, he took this, not the stand. He took the bench. I think in January, and Mandi and I had to go. When was it? March.
I don't remember the exact date. But...
So it was pretty new, and what I remember is, as frivolous as a case that it was, he does try to give the, I don't want to say prosecuting party, the victim, so to speak, tries to give them their dignity, and he allows them every opportunity to bring forth whatever he's going to do. But you can tell he thinks it's a bunch of hogwash.
Yeah.
So I can't go ahead and say that's what this is all about. I can only go by my experience in that particular courtroom with that particular judge. Mm-hmm. Been there with them.
And usually it ends fairly quickly when the person who's filing, when the judge says, how close are they to you physically?
That's right.
And, well, no, but this is going on. Okay, but physically, have they come? It's like, well, no, but that makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
It makes a difference.
In our case, when we walked in, the plaintiff, in our case, immediately asked for a continuance. So we can be on the watch for that. Y'all that are interested in this, you guys can, if things don't, so anyway, she asked for a continuance right away. And our attorney, who was well paid, because he was also my divorce attorney, said, Your Honor, they have flown all the way from Texas. It is not going to get continued. We need to, deal with this today. So Mandi's right. It is going to matter, like geography. Both of them are in the same state, so I don't know, but they're not in the same town.
They always look at the probability and the intent.
That's right.
Which is why it usually never goes anywhere, because no one's actually made the intent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, when someone is threatening, and I didn't read the complaint, so I don't know what the complaint says, but I've been in a situation where I felt I was threatened. And so when I went down and tried to see if I could do something about it, that's what they say. What an investigator will said to me was, first of all, where are they? And what is the
I'm
likelihood?
sorry, Michaela.
The likelihood the likelihood probability that they can
Hey, Dan.
commit what they've communicated. And if they can't, either they geographically can't get there, they physically, they might not. Anyway, if they don't feel like they could actually pull it off, then they don't follow up on it. They don't even let you file it.
Kayla says if her brother makes her go into assisted living, she won't be able to keep her fur babies. But can't you have them declared service animals? Are you able to do that and then have them in the thing in your house? Your Michaela.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that there's a way you can either find an assisted living that allows them or have them as service animals. I remember in Austin there was a few that allowed animals, especially if they're little.
What state is she in?
I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. Yes. Moxie's right. Most allow pets these days, just depending which one you're looking into. So, let me catch up with Trash Panda. Taking her off the machine this morning. What did I miss?
What happened?
Trash Panda says, not really. They're taking her off the machine in the morning. I don't know. I can't see where it started.
All right.
It's maybe delayed or some aren't coming through. So anyways, tomorrow is going to be leaf raking. I'm going to be raking leaves, putting them into those like paper compost bags. Someone told me that those paper compost bags, when they're full of leaves and stuff, that the intent of them is they will actually like break down in the bag and turn to compost. Is that true? What? Oh, your grandma?
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Now I know what's going on. So sorry. That's awful. Especially right before the holidays. We've got a few people that are struggling.
A lot of people that are.
Sorry about that. But yeah, definitely check into a place that you can take them.
Panda, reach out and DM to us or to me. I know we've talked before if there's anything that we can do to help.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard. Scout, come here. Scout. He's staring at me. Mm-hmm. So Sean goes, he works tomorrow. You work 6 days. Did today count as one of the 6 days?
Today does count as a day, yeah.
Then that's good. Not that good he works 6 days, but good that...
One of my coworkers has another week off, so that's why I said tomorrow is going to be...
Because he's a crybaby.
Because I'm going to be probably up there by myself,
Sean.
but anyway.
Do you want me to come up there and work with you?
Yes.
What if you want me to work with you? Yeah.
Nothing would get done.
Do you want to know what, not even saying there's anything wrong with it, I heard the soundbite of the year by DC Media. She said, do you know why it's so easy for me to take the long road trip? What did she say, 19 hours or something like that?
No, it was like 12 hours or something like that.
She said, because at the other end is waiting for me. And I was like, huh. She just put it on out there. It was interesting. That's usually our...
The thing that I found when I was, listening to it with you
go. I saw it on Paula's. Go ahead.
How I guess there's a question. I was telling Mandi about this because you got Foodie Beauty and her guy, and then you got DC Media and her guy. And I guess DC Media girl was talking about there was some debate over chemistry. Like they said that Foodie and her guy don't have chemistry. And then I guess there was some something about her and Negs not having any chemistry. And I kind of looked at Mandi and I said, I don't think that anyone's ever
I can't think of anyone ever not.
thinking that we had chemistry.
No.
I mean, even the people that didn't like us, that railed against us, said, "Well, they
Yeah.
do seem like they're in love and this
Yeah,
and that."
and I think different relationships, that looks different to different relationships. But like this foodie beauty thing, apparently she hasn't been intimate with Sala, which I don't understand how that keeps like coming out.
Yeah, who cares about their intimacy? That was my thing. Is it's like
it could have something to do with something religious or
Right.
some sort of custom. I don't know, but it's weird that people keep wanting to know. But it's even weirder that she's offering the information.
Well, the thing is, okay, so she offers the information as a matter of fact because
sorry.
she's a content creator, right?
Yes.
So she's offering the information, but other people, I guess if you offer the information, you're open to get it picked apart.
Yeah.
You know?
As he says, I lost my parents when I was 18 and have 2 brothers. I and my sister, and we are all grown up and doing good. The live in USA. I don't believe in heaven or hell or God. Oh, okay.
So
Thank you. Michaela says she could definitely tell we were both in love.
yeah, it was just one of those. And Aziz, you said Morocco, right? That North Africa. So that's an interesting place. But yeah, all this talk going on about couples on YouTube and this and that, and we've never been part of that debate.
No.
We've been, pretty all over each other from the second that we've been on here. So
yeah. Is that okay if you're back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, everybody's saying, did you see the final goodbye? I caught a little bit of it on Paula's second channel. That someone's riding on out again.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, no, the final goodbye, huh?
Yeah, so it's like peace and love, go conquer the world.
There's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 channels that won't have much to talk about. If it is the final ride out, Mandi and I have been trying. We don't like to talk about it anymore, and so we might be a little boring now. But there's going to be a lot of
yes, you missed
disappointed content
sounds
creators.
Like you missed her third goodbye, Danny, and it was something to behold. I'll always love you.
That's what she said.
Stupid shit like that.
Yeah. I mean,
deleting all her social media and OnlyFans. If you're delete the titty channel.
But what was the reason this time? The reason this time was because
nobody likes her. Everybody hates her. Really, like something.
But that never stopped her before.
She says this group of people have made it impossible for her to continue to be on social media.
And so what about the shop? Is she done with that already too?
I don't know, because there's a whole lot of product in that shop.
But I mean, okay.
We're good, Nelson. How are you? The thing is, didn't even really keep up much about it. I knew it was going to open on Veterans Day, and it looked like she had quite a bit of paraphernalia, so to speak, in there. So I would imagine she either Trash Man says, I'm being mean, but I hate her. A little mean. But
that's okay.
But I don't know.
This isn't a fan page here, so it's okay.
I don't think there's any way to recoup the money she bought for that, unless. I mean, I don't know. Can you be like a contractor for those things? Like, can you be they send you products? It's kind of like Mary Kay, and you sell them.
When she had a business in Rhode Island,
I wondered that a space. Yeah,
if it was
photoshopped.
There was like a warehouse that she would go to and pick it all out and bring it back to her shop. And, she dealt all in cash. She didn't take credit cards. She didn't take checks. It was all in cash. So, whatever cash she had, she'd decide how much she could use for whatever, and she would go. I don't think it's like that here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I don't think that she'll be able to get anyone to only pay cash for not in this time. So the moral of the story is
Sorry about your luck.
Sorry about your luck. I mean, and the thing is, I mean, God, hopefully she's gone. She says she wants to leave YouTube and she wants to go do other stuff. And I think that would be fan-fucking-tastic for her to do that. Not just for the mutual benefit of the people that can't stand you that you continually talk about. But it would be good for your psyche to just go do it.
Start something new. And Stitching Girl, where is she when we need her? She's our expert at finding the new lolcows.
Yes.
We need a new lolcow. We need, I mean, Letitia's in jail, right? She's still in jail? As far as we know.
I haven't heard any updates, or I haven't watched the people that do update it. Is Leticia still in jail?
We need another lolcow to talk about.
We need a new one.
We do.
And not one like Heather Inman, who's Heather Inman's back on Facebook Lives, and they upload her lives to YouTube. Same old stuff.
She's still like putting cameras up her wahoo?
Yeah. Well, to my understanding, yeah. And that's why I guess that gets you taken off of YouTube.
Yeah, it should.
Sight unseen. She was going to show us her bladder and stuff, and I'm like, not going up there.
Remember
You're not.
Heather Inman when she grabbed that little tube with the little light on the end
like,
of it, and she was going
going
up there
down,
with it.
And she said, I'm going to show you my bladder in a second. No, not through there. You're not. It was bad. Her website says she's unable to open the new location due to incessant harassment from an individual. And an individual doesn't even live in her town.
And here's the thing, though.
Doesn't even like.
But here's the thing: if she can, that's got to be her angle right now. And I guess it's starting to. You can sort of see what she's going for here.
Kate Richards says, "Why do you need someone to talk about?" Well, this is YouTube, more specifically the drama
It's
community.
a drama community.
And beyond that, we talk about chickens and things, but you can only talk about chickens and things for so long. Do you want us to talk about sex? We can talk about that.
Well, I mean, we can talk about our chemistry. I remember, I will say this about DC Media Girl when she was saying that.
It was very scary.
When she said, driving all this way because she knows that she's going to get laid. That's what she was saying. And that, the attitude and the energy that's in her head when she drives across the country to see
Thank you,
him.
Ricky.
And I kind of shrugged and said, I get that. I remember what it was like to drive from Atlanta to Austin or drive from Cincinnati to Austin. 16 hours from Dawsonville, Georgia to Cedar Park, Texas. 16. It was about 1,000 miles exactly. And yes, I had driven it in a day before. I'd left at noon and got there about 5 in the morning, the next day.
With the intention of...
So, but I get what DC Media Girl is saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you're driving, that...
Well, and when you're in love with the person, it just every mile makes you even more excited.
Right. But it is too long. So I just started flying. I started taking the red eyes.
They were only like 99
Yeah,
bucks.
so pre-COVID, a round trip ticket from Atlanta to Austin, if you, got it 2 weeks in advance and you stayed for 5 days, was $99. And then another $40 for your suitcase or whatever.
Levi says, I wish someone would put a post up and welcome all the people to tell their stories about how the beast did them wrong. That's happened many times.
Yeah.
Many different creators have done it. I'm trying to think of the most recent one that did it. That was it was someone relatively new to the game.
Did Moonbear do it?
No, I can't remember. But anyway, it was someone that hadn't been around long did it and said that was their day for that. And
who was that? I remember someone did that. It was within the year or so. Someone did that.
I think Mama Ricky went on there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mama
I do
Ricky,
remember.
Who's the last one who did it? We could talk.
It might have been Mama Ricky that did it.
Yes, Prancer Tootin. No, she was part of it, but I don't think that was. When Sunshine Sally.
No, she's been gone for a while.
I don't know. Anyway.
It's not, hadn't been any of the fractured.
It was at Moon Bear? Okay.
The fractured, I mean, remember the Sassy Sisters? They're like all over the place now.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore
No.
as they have did in the past. Yeah, she did a 3-part interview with Moon Bear. That's what I thought. And then she had to edit it a little bit, and then she posted
I thought it was. I
Um,
thought that's who it was.
Trash Man says, I just picking on you because you said to. No problem. Trash Panda was on cam yesterday. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And then all of the so-called haters would be understood. Well, but the ones that are going to continue to feed into that are just going to continue to feed into that. It's not grounded on reality or whatever.
Like I said, for us, it's, when it comes up, it's just a YouTube beef. It's not.
Yeah, at this point, it's just a YouTube beef. Something that we really don't think about, especially when there's not a lot of talk about it. Like when she does find something to do and we don't hear, she kind of is pretty quickly forgotten. So that's why I'm saying.
Like when a narcissist finds another source of supply, whether it's a main source or a secondary source, all their other sources of supply kind of go on the shelf. And you falsely believe that, they're done with you for good. But then, who knows, 2 months, 2 years later, they pick up that source of supply and dust it off and they come at you again.
Trash Panda said, thank you. I had no makeup and my hair was a wreck. You looked very pretty. You looked very, very pretty. I brought the sass. Yes, exactly. That was when Durizzle was reviewing Paula's panel. And so usually how you shut that down when she starts making fun of the way people look is you turn your camera on. Then she doesn't have a leg to stand on because she won't turn hers on.
Yeah. The bully calling the bullies. But, Trash Panda, if you're going to be causing troubles, you got to look good doing it.
You got to look good doing it. And
gotta
she did.
Look good.
And I did finally put the little montage thing up about sending the card exchange or whatever. So I finally got that put up there. I hope it shows up. It got copyright flagged because of the music, but it said, if you're confident you can use the music, then go ahead. Well, it's the music that they provided in the thing that I did. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, I don't care about monetizing it. I just
everybody get this soundbite. P.O. Box 432.
Yeah.
Dawsonville, Georgia 30534.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love homemade cards. A crocheted card, would love that. Just something that tangible that we can exchange with each other, since we only talk to each other kind of through here.
Yeah.
That'll be something.
I keep
it's
telling.
Up twice. Did I accidentally put it up twice? I might have put it on my channel and this channel. Let It Go is up on my channel and this channel, or is it twice on? I went on with Paul after you got me never again. Who else thinks Twitter won't exist by this time next year? Possibly not.
But why? I mean, why do you think that? And it's interesting. I'm not saying I do or I don't.
Because he's going to start charging, I heard.
I think he's going to end up charging just for verified accounts.
You think
just for the blue check? I think he's setting it all up.
This is so good.
To because there's people that want to have verified accounts that don't.
Yeah.
Make it a fiscal thing. Say, all right, for $8 a month and there'll be different levels. That's what I think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to just charge, Sean $8 to have Twitter. I mean, if he does, we go somewhere else. I mean, it just.
It says he's planning on making Twitter as a whole subscription-only site. And there will be people, because of their business and how invested they are in it, that they're going to have to pay for it.
Yep. It's going to become like a tiered membership type of deal, I think. I mean, it's just like Facebook. Facebook, you don't pay for Facebook. But if you want to promote your posts or this or that, you can pay to do that. You can pay like a certain amount, like if you have a business or you have your ads and you want your posts elevated in people's feeds, you can pay to
How
do
much
that.
did he pay to buy Twitter? Do you know?
I don't know how much he paid
Was
for
it like $1 billion?
At least.
I thought it was a joke when they said he was going to buy it or whatever.
They said if you saw the viral picture of him walking through
Yes,
Twitter headquarters with a sink in his hand,
Oh, wow.
that really happened. There are people that when he went in and he fired like a whole bunch of the people in Twitter.
Took
he fired
the sink?
Well, he came walking in holding a sink. I mean, the picture's been everywhere, but people say that he really did that. He just came into Twitter headquarters and I don't know what criteria he used to start firing people, but they said that he fired a guy and that the one guy that lost his job suspended his account on the way out.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, $40 billion. That's
some cake right
incredible. Where did he get his money from?
Oh man,
Investing or?
yeah. Someone explain better than me how he made his money. In a couple different ways, but
Yeah, I was underhanded.
no, I think it's business.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I knew. Hey, Toodles. I knew that supposedly he's the father of Amber Heard's baby.
Really?
Well, nobody knows that for sure, but that's
He-
what I've heard. Then someone said that's not even Amber Heard's baby.
He owns Tesla. He did Tesla, the line Tesla. That's his.
Well, there's a pretty good chance right there. He started it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. That makes sense then. No, it really does. That's
My
the
wife
money.
looks particularly gorgeous tonight, and I look particularly bad. I think
No,
I
you
just
don't.
decided.
He said he's tired. He was also the founder of PayPal.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah. PayPal, Tesla. Now he owns Twitter.
So when the lottery was up to $2 billion, he's like,
He paid 20 times that to buy Twitter. And here's the deal too. He bought Twitter. Who did he sell it to? I mean, like a couple of dudes. I mean, Twitter.
I didn't even know it was for sale.
Yeah.
When they said he was buying it, I was like, I didn't know it was for sale. But yeah, I think it was the Twitter was owned by a couple of people. I think the people that own TMZ, I thought.
Like, what is Zuckerberg worth now? The Facebook guy.
Says, hold on. Ricky says, Sean has the just got out of bed look. Mandi looks like a seductive librarian.
This is what we look like after we have sex too. She gets up, she's like, we do whatever, and I'm like, I've really rocked her world. I'm just telling her whatever.
Not so much. Most time I go to sleep.
And then afterwards, I roll over, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna go, and she's
the difference between men
twinkle-tooing
and
around the
women.
house, and I'm laying there like, oh my god, I need an Advil, you know.
Let It Go will say that he needs his Motrin and Gatorade. He's a ninja. Y'all didn't know he's a ninja?
Yep, you guys didn't know.
You didn't know? He's a ninja. He can go 90 miles an hour, but then he takes weeks to recover. Right?
Yes.
That's your puppy dog?
I keep telling Mandi, because I can't do it, that we need to set up the platform so that we can have panels and stuff.
Yeah. We do need to do that.
I can't do it. I mean,
DC Media today asked me to come on.
yeah, I was
panel,
going to ask you about
but
that.
I'm not sure why.
So Mandi was in
I told her
in
I
the
would
chat,
I told her, yeah, sounds good. I don't know.
and
about
it was about, what did you comment on in there?
Oh, because she was reviewing, I guess this girl named French Fried Girl or something, who was reviewing Sala and Foodie, and they were making kind of crass comments about them not having sex and this and that, and then DC was kind of talking about how they had said the same thing about her and whatever, and I just typed in there, why are people so curious about people's sex lives on here?
Yeah. Okay. And so she saw that.
Yeah, and then she said, because I really am curious. One thing we could just kind of put it out there, but we haven't always just put it out there.
Right.
but we don't know what their traditions are, where they are in Kuwait with their, we don't know any of that. And we don't even know that they're not doing it. Maybe they're just not going to
That's
announce
right.
it to
That is true. And the other thing is in Foodie is a really good troll.
I do like the cucumber Gatorade. Good.
She's a good troll, always has been. Has been in command of her channel, whether she was with Nat or whatever. She runs her shit. So that she's kind of, we know what she wants us to know, and she kind of has broadcast what she wants. Very similar to like Negs and DC Media Girl. They kind of came on and
You like that, Ricky?
Clara kind of sort of dictates what she wants people. She's got a strong voice and she dictates what, it's her channel. With us, we kind of came on, but we were like interviewed by, like we were on a couple of different panels. And so we were sort of ushered in by Sally and Katie and their audiences. And so they kind of, we did it on, before we had our own platform, we were on other people's. So that was kind of the difference,
Yeah.
Nobody had Foodie Beauty on a panel with this guy Salah and was asking questions and, with that energy,
Right.
But that's one of the big differences.
It's a huge difference. Yeah. I was not quite as impressed with him today as I was last time. He may have just been being quiet or taking it all in or what have you, but
maybe he was tired.
Yeah, he seemed more like he said it seems that he's getting annoyed with the drama, but I don't understand why she keeps going on to address. She's in Kuwait.
Yeah, but that's
her bread and butter.
Welcome to Chantel's world there, Salah. In case you didn't know, this is what she does.
Yeah.
This is what she does. It's her channel.
Yes.
And she churns out a pretty decent coin doing it. So, yeah, you better get used to it, dude.
That's cute.
Get used to it.
Very cool. I was thinking about that too. Well, not on the topic earlier. Like, there's that new dildo shop in North Carolina who she wants no one to go to because she thinks she doesn't like anybody, and she's got an array of people that she thinks stalks her. How do you take out a restraining order on everybody you don't want to come to your shop? I don't think that's possible.
That's the control. That's the control aspect of a narcissist, though.
But it is like businesses. We can refuse service to anybody, so I guess they can.
Yeah, you can, but then you'll lose. I've said this a couple of times, and I remember when you were on Paula's stream, and I was kind of in the background when you guys were describing where this place was, and unless she was lying about it, it was an okay piece of property. Mm-hmm. It's not like it was, in some back alley.
It's probably not great. It's not real cheap.
Right now, but then when I start thinking about it, in like Sneed's Ferry and North Topsail Beach, it's off season.
Yeah.
So this is where, if you're going to get a lease, you get it in November, December, and try to get it for a year where you can get through a whole tourist season. Tourist season starts in about mid-March. What's that holiday? Not Labor Day.
Yeah, you're right though. It'll probably
Memorial Day, which is right there, kind of.
That's in May.
What's the beginning of the season? What's that first holiday?
Labor Day.
When is Labor Day?
September.
No, what is the beginning holiday? Anyway, it might be Memorial Day, but even though
you're thinking in March, there's one.
Like, it might be Easter, like right around Easter, and it kind of starts the season there. Having spent a half a dozen years there, and living in my condo from about.
Love it, Pink Life.
It tapers off,
hey,
and then by about Halloween, you have the whole north end to yourself, and then at about March, you start seeing people again. So you've got October. There's a lot of people there that just fish because it's a dynamite month to fish. But really, November, December, January, February, those 4 months, there's nothing there.
Wow.
There's nothing going on. So what a lot of these touristy places do, especially like Surf City, The Trailer Bar and Tortugas, the bars that are on that street, Surf City, the restaurants, they're very seasonal. Just because you're making, $20 or $25,000 a month, you're not doing it all year.
That's
You've got about
true.
4 or 5 months out of the year where you're really not making any money. And the unfortunate thing is that
No
Christmas, the
problem,
holiday
Moxie.
season, is one of those times where there's not a lot of tourists.
Yeah.
But you start cracking about Easter until about Halloween, you make your money.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
you take that into consideration. There's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of traffic there right now, except for the locals.
She says that it's closed, I guess, now. She said it's closed. And Moxie says she was wrong. It's on Highway 172.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you thought it was?
Yeah. So 172 and 210, that's Four Corners. That's what's known as Four Corners and Sneed's Ferry. And she's just off that intersection. So
And Mom Ricky says, I thought it was a slap in the face to open a semi-diluted dildo store on Veterans Day of all days. I mean, yeah. You have to order a good discount. Maybe they had a good military discount.
But you could, but if you open a business on that day, you could take advantage of it. I mean, so you've got this place on Veterans Day, which you're literally about 7 miles, less than that, over the bridge into the back gate of Camp Lejeune in Courthouse Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways you can do that.
There's incredible. Ways. That's totally incredible. I mean, I'm not in the market for those sorts of things, but I would guess tourists might think that's kind of fun.
I mean, if I was opening a business out there, it wouldn't be in November. Just wouldn't, because there's just not a whole lot going on. So
you'd have to get established, but apparently it's closed now.
That's the shortest business ever.
I know, one day and that was it. Closed down.
Okay.
I know. It sounds kind of crazy.
Open a Kratom shop.
Do they have them there?
I think, yeah.
They have them everywhere up there?
They have them there where you can just buy Kratom. That's all that's in them.
I don't remember. We didn't get to do much sightseeing when we were there either time. But
I think I took you to a Kratom shop, which was right across the street from where this place was, though, we're talking about. Because my where I had my, what do you call it? My storage locker was right down the street.
It was so funny because every time we saw it, like a beige colored, broken down old VW bug,
you're like,
we were like, she's going to smell that we're here.
She's going to, like, as soon as we cross over into North Carolina, she raise out of the coffin and be like.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
That Ricky says you would make a good CBD shop owner. Moxie says not to mention she has zero cohesion between marketing graphics on your brick and mortar store. Yeah. Nothing is cohesive. Nothing.
If you're having a brick and mortar, you've got to.
It's got to be clear, concise, clean.
And people got to want it.
Yeah.
They got to want it. Like, I keep saying Kratom, CBD. Those are the things right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take something like that product, like say, like a vape shop. There's millions of them. Some of them work out, some of them don't. Number one, it's where it's located. Number two, it's how you can see it. Is it lit? Mm-hmm. And number two, you got to have product in there.
Yeah.
And you got to have it at a good price.
My Pink Life says, why does she keep trying to open that shop? If she wants a boutique, why not sell stuff, appealing to a bigger part of the population? Mm-hmm. I think it's because of glory days past. At one time, she could make money doing it. Now that
it was the one thing that it's the one endeavor that she did that actually happened. It happened, and but those days are over. I mean, that would have been back in like 2000.
Yeah, people are getting theirs online now.
Yeah, I mean, this is 15 years ago.
That from the beginning, my philosophy was that logo needed to be more crisp, smaller, recognizable, and a color scheme that worked better than red and pink. That was the other problem.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you can't, and when you open a brick and mortar, you have got to understand that you may go
couple years.
You might not make a big profit at first. You know, you can't go for broke in a place like that. It, especially where it is, man. You know, if that shop had opened in, like I said, in March, and when there's people there, I don't know.
But it's one thing to buy one of those adult novelties as kind of a he, you know. But she's selling the ones that are real expensive. The like the Wii vibes and stuff like that. That they're expensive.
I don't know what's it called. A Wii vibe.
Like a Wii vibe. It's the new way of USB charge instead of batteries and this and that.
Yeah.
And they're very sleek and sophisticated looking.
Yeah.
It's not just like the old ones where it's just a big, you know, whatever.
You just unscrew one end and put a couple D-size batteries.
They're that good silicone or whatever, which is why I said it needs to be on a very antiseptical looking thing to look at.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
There's
not going to be a whole lot of people that are going to go into a dive shop,
right,
and spend $300 on something.
They're going to. Right. I would want to smell how clean it is in that store.
So you wouldn't want to have that shop right next to a kratom shop or right next to a vape shop.
I would use all clear acrylic fixtures. I would, you know, wipe down with those antiseptic wipes or whatever, so that smell with a little bit of essential oil. But the main thing you want to smell when you walk in, like the same thing would be if you open a piercing studio. You want to smell antiseptic. You want to smell clean. You want it to smell clean.
I mean, because like there's tattoo parlors, you know, that are in seedy parts of town, but when you walk into them, they don't smell seedy. They smell like
exactly.
And that's
you gotta be prepared to spend the money to get your setup the way your setup needs to be, unless you are opening a tattoo studio where you can slowly just kind of tweak things or whatever.
But even then you got,
when it's a high-end adult novelty store, that's a different can of worms.
I don't know how. I mean, like tattoo shops, I mean, when you have you've got to be. That's a little bit different too, because as a tattoo artist, you get a reputation, and then you'll have clients, endless clients. You know.
Presley said nobody wants to buy her used dildo. She has no idea how to run a business.
But like at a tattoo shop, I got a tattoo in Jacksonville, and I'm Facebook friends with the guy. Not like we say hey and all that, but that's a reputation based thing too. I mean. If you're a good tattoo artist, you'll have to book space with the tattoo artist. You're going to stay. It's like a hair, because and that's also a tough business because you can only get so many tattoos, really.
Right.
I mean, like how many times if I love getting inked up, and I have half a dozen tattoos on me and stuff, 6 or 7 of them. You only go back so many times.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's where the word of mouth comes in, to be able to...
Well, the reputation. Somebody looks at your tattoo and says, who did that?
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, it's this guy. And this is where he... And there's two or three people in that area that people know of.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the word of mouth with that one doesn't go very far at this day and time.
They've got a tattoo shop right there in downtown Dawsonville next to the... that restaurant right by that convenience store on the circle. And I've never seen, and of course, their hours are different. I'm not hanging out in downtown Dawsonville at 8 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, but it's one of those things I see it almost every day, and I drive past it, and I never see it open. But it's been there as long as I've worked there. So.
Yeah. Ricky says, brick and mortar exists for the gay crowd. Their shops have... private viewing booths, just saying. See, that would be...
Say that again, private viewing booths for what?
For like brick and mortar stores. Like nobody's buying product there anymore. There has to be some sort of...
There's so one of the places that I go, when I go pick up Shabby Tree at my job, there's this place called Alt RX, and how I know about them
that's cool,
is that they probably bring us anywhere from 50 to 100 packages every day, and it's a CBD store, and the place that sells that it's weed, but it's the the low level weed that's legal. You know, it's. I mean, if you smoke weed, it's highly regarded as garbage. But they also have vape machines and all kinds of CBD, and they are literally they're not even on the street. They're back off Grizzle, back off like a business park.
So nobody really goes in there to shop. It's all online.
Yes, but so I had to drop an express package off there one time.
Delta 8.
And they had Delta 8 there. So you open it up and you go into the front door, and it looks like, one of those business parks where like architects are, and they've got like a karate studio in there, but it's like offices where you go and do stuff. So when you walk into this place, you open the door and it's a little small, it's the smallest little reception area that you'll ever see. And it's got a little glass cabinet with some of the product there, and it's got a little like front desk, almost like a hotel. And that's it. And the rest of it is just a big like mini warehouse in the back. And all they're doing is taking online orders. So they have a little front area that's like no bigger than a bathroom. Like that's it. It was like maybe 2 chairs, because nobody's walking in and with their credit card and getting what they want there. But in the back, they probably have 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet, and it's nothing but stacks of product, and they're just typing away and they're filling online orders. And every day, once a day, they bring a sack full of, packages to us at the post office. And that's how they do business. And it's, 50 to 100 every day. That's what they do.
That's pretty cool. I have hiccups, so I have the hiccups.
Stitching Girl's here.
Do any adults get hiccups in here? I get them a lot.
Stitching Girl, how long have you been in here?
She's been in here for a while.
You're going to find us a couple lolcows, okay? When we go live tomorrow, we need names. We need names of people that we can go. I have heard that you are the person that finds them.
She's the one that finds them for us.
Yep.
Drink upside down. I've heard that before. Presley, hello.
So as Z says here in Amsterdam, I have been in Amsterdam. I have been to the Bulldog. I have been to the Cricket. This was back in 1993 though, so it was 20 years ago. But I have been to Amsterdam, and yeah.
Night, Mama Ricky.
It's if you want it in Amsterdam, you can get it. The red light district in Amsterdam, it's literally, it's like 3 stories. It's like this 3 or 4 story building, and all it is this big full length window, and the models stay in the windows with their little red lights on, and they might be like a 15 of them in front of this one building, and you just point to the one, and you negotiate and you go on up. That's how that works there in Amsterdam.
That's crazy. I guess it's beneficial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to end the stream.
Okay? Oh my God.
I'm trying to make them go away.
Yeah. Danny's like, that would be 30 years ago. Yeah. So I got stationed in Germany in 1992. Yeah, I was in my 20s, and I went to Amsterdam a couple of times with my friends, and
had a good time.
Yeah. I smoked, and so when you walk around Amsterdam, you see a whole bunch of like GIs that are there that are trying to act like they're not in the military, with their high-end tights and all that. But I did meet. So we go into this one bar, and we notice that there's these 2 blonde chicks there that are definitely American, right? So they're over there in Amsterdam working as prostitutes for the summer, and they both went to UT.
Did they really?
Yeah, they both went to the University of Texas. And so we're talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we come over here, we can make 10 times the money here working. And they didn't divulge on what they do, how far they go or this or that, but yeah, they were over there working for the summer.
That's cool.
You gonna make it?
We got it. Well, we were
She's
gonna
got
wrap
the
it
hiccups,
up anyway.
yeah.
They're not going away. I have to.
Mandy's gonna have to deal with these hiccups.
I hate the hiccups. I hate them. But thank you guys for hanging out.
When I have the hiccups, they kind of go away. Mandy, they stick with her for a while.
I have to. Hey, Jude. It takes me several different attempts at different techniques to get them to go away.
So I guess we're wrapping it up for the night, guys.
But y'all have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I'm going to get some sleep tonight.
Try that.
Aziz, come see us again, okay? So most nights, 4 or 5 times a week at 8:30, we try to do this Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get some sleep tonight, and I'll be on one tomorrow, okay? Let's go, baby.
Okay, well, have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye.